1, 2, 3. It's Bree.
Hey guys, welcome to 1, 2, 3, It's Bree. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite books and about them. And so the first one I'm going to show you guys is by Rebecca St. James. It's called Wait for Me. Wait for Me by Rebecca St. James is about waiting for the man or woman, depends on who's reading this, instead of going out and dating and pursuing relationships, just waiting and praying for God to send the right one along. And so, yeah. I think I'm going to share with you guys a book that goes hand in hand with Wait for Me, which I read first, is I Kissed Dating Goodbye. This is a really good book by Joshua Harris. Basically saying the same thing as Wait for Me by Rebecca St. James, except it's a man writing it, so therefore it's more in a man's perspective of things. And yeah, it's a really good book. So these two are really good if you want to get into waiting and not dating, or even if you don't want to wait. It's a good book to read because it's a big eye-opener on things. 828 is a good book. It's a true story, true love. A girl falls in love with this man. He gets in a horrible accident because he goes in a coma, and I'm not going to say everything because I don't want to ruin it, but it's a really good story about true love. She marries him anyway, despite all the horrible stuff that the car accident did to his body and his mind. You can follow their story on Facebook called Pray for Ian, and his name is spelled like that. Another true story book that I love, and I read this in just 2 days. I was just like stuck on it, and a lot of people know that See Mary Beth Chapman's my favorite artist, so I read this book because I wanted to see what the whole story was about with his daughter dying and all that. So what better more to read the story than from the woman and man who experienced it, except this is written by his wife, just his wife. He writes the foreword in the book, but it's just an amazing book. I love it. Talks about a little bit about her life. It's kind of like a diary of her life is how I would explain this book. So that's a really good book. Another book that I don't have at the moment because I really love it, and for some reason I misplaced it, probably because I move it around so much, is The Cross and the Switchblade by David Wilkerson, and I really love that book. And basically all that book is talking about is him following the will of God. God told him to go to New York, talk to the kids over there, the teen gains and stuff about the Lord. And so it's just a really good book about how he listened to the Lord and went and what happened, what came about from that. It's just really good. Read it if you haven't. Then another book by David Wilkerson, America's Last Call, is a really good book. It basically talks about if America doesn't turn to God, that's going to happen. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah, we too will get judged. And so, yeah, that's a really good book. Big eye-opener. Why Revival Tarries by Leonard Ravenhill is a really good book talking all about revival. And a book that I'm reading right now that I haven't gotten through yet is called Tried and Transfigured by Leonard Ravenhill. It's definitely a challenge book. This one's a challenged book. It challenges you. So that's my top 7 books for right now that are my favorite. 8 counting the one that I don't have right now. And maybe I should have got 2 more for top 10, but I forgot. So
It's free.